Hello YouTube, this is Johnny D on the screen, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Pokemon Go. It's a game that I'm very excited for, and I hope you're excited for it too. So if you've been living under a rock or probably off the internet for the last couple months, I'll be telling you what I know from confirmed sources and not like people who said this is a leak or so on and so forth. So pretty much confirmed sources from Pokemon Go, Pokemon Company, and also Niantic, which is the group that helped Pokemon Go or Pokemon realize this Pokemon Go game. So if you don't know about it, it's a VR game based off of your phone, and you'll be using your GPS for geographical location to find specific Pokemon. So in other words, if you're in the meadows, you'll find Oddishes, Scythers, things that you'd naturally find in the meadows in Pokemon World. So vice versa for trees and in the city. There in the trailer, as you saw, you could see a bunch of different like biomes, so like the highlands, city, and so on and so forth, where they caught certain Pokemon. So certain Pokemon, as that implies, can only be caught in certain places, and even the rare Pokemon have to be in the most specific place ever. So like if you wanted a Larvitar, you'd have to be at the base of a mountain and a desert, for an example. But as we know of Pokemon Go, as of right now, is through the beta testing, is that they've only released the first 150 Pokemon for beta. Does not mean that there will not be all 720 plus Pokemon, but as of right now, they've only showed the first 150. Couple things that we're not used to from the Pokemon games to Pokemon Go is the fact that we don't have a form of battling that we know of that has been proven. The only battling we have is fortresses held by teams, and if I haven't already said, their teams are red, blue, and yellow. So if you don't catch the relevance, you haven't been playing Pokemon as long as I have. So if you're based on one of those teams, you can hold a fortress with a certain amount of Pokemon. So you can put in like 3 or 4 Pokemon or how many ever there may be. So a team from Red will say they hold the base and they have a Charmander, a Squirtle, and a Bulbasaur just for easy. And then another team, such as Blue, comes in and they want to try to take over that fortress. They will send 3 of their Pokemon, in other words, 3 friends, will battle 3 other people, and they'll send in their Pokemon to try to take over the fortress. So they maybe the other team has a Pidgeotto, a Butterfree, and a Pikachu, and they'll try to take it over. So whichever team wins through that will gain control of the fortress. A couple other things we're not used to: instead of Pokemon leveling up, it will be your trainer. So your trainer will level up through accolades, such as probably first Pokemon caught, first 10 Pokemon caught, first Pokemon to evolve, other things like that. So with the Pokemon Trainer comes along questions of what is it for. So Pokemon Trainer's levels increase obviously to help you kind of, well, after they increase, they help you get new things such as instead of Pokeballs you get Great Balls, so on and so forth, the Master Balls, revives, all that kind of stuff. Um, Another thing that they help you do is catch next stage Pokemon. So instead of catching just a Pidgey, you can catch a Pidgeotto, which will be very, very helpful for evolutions, because they have told us evolutions aren't as normal as we're used to, such as battling through leveling up. So instead of getting your Bulbasaur to level 16, it will be catching X amount of Bulbasaurs, let's say 7, and then you can choose one of those 7 to evolve into an Ivysaur. So without the leveling up system that we're used to, this whole catching thing repeatedly is going to be a nuisance, but I also like it to a certain extent. It might get troublesome, but hopefully the trainer level kind of deals with that. So instead of just being able to catch Bulbasaurs, you can catch Ivysaurs, so on and so forth. Couple other things, since Niantic has made another game called Ingress. I do believe it's just a hunch. It's not, this one's just not confirmed or anything, but I do believe the places where the Pokemarts will probably be almost the same waypoints as they have in Ingress. So hopefully it's about similar, because then everybody who has that game will know exactly where to find everything. If not, I mean, it still just pops up on your GPS in your screen. Cool things with Pokemarts is you can buy your Pokeballs and such, or you could also possibly, they've told us that you could find an egg, and with an egg, hopefully it's used like a pedometer and then walks a certain amount of steps and then it hatches. But the thing about the eggs that you find in the Pokemarts may not always be a Pokemon you can catch in that region. So if that's the case, that means you could be somewhere where you couldn't ever get your hands on a Charmander, and then you hatch an egg and it's a Charmander or something else like that. So it will help you complete your Pokedex. Couple things about trading is the fact that it has to be face to face. There's no global trading that they have given us yet. The Pokemon beta Pokemon Go's beta is out now, and it's mostly in Japan. I believe I saw New England and another place was getting it. If you do want to participate in that if it comes to the States or when it comes to the States, you also need to be part of Niantic's other group called Ingress, as I couldn't think of the word for a second. If you don't have Ingress, they won't let you play Pokemon Go because it probably uses about the same thing and is giving a loyal fan base to the game first, because Ingress is a very big game and they've actually had a lot of events and meetings like that. So I would also for Ingress, so I'd expect them to roll over to Pokemon Go. So maybe they'll have like a form of competitive battling later down the road when they get these groups and up and going things. So hopefully that's going to be the big thing that everybody's looking forward to, is just maybe they'll introduce actual battling or they'll introduce something else. But for the time being, I'm really excited for it. They have told us nothing about starter Pokemon, so the beta testers have said that they have only got 20 Pokeballs and they were sent on their way. So it's more like you need to catch your starter Pokemon, which a lot of people are upset about. I'm not too upset about it. I mean, I would like to have Charmander or whoever to start off the thing, but it is what it is. So if I catch a Caterpie and evolve it to a Butterfree, it will be on my team of 6, no matter what, how long, so on and so forth. So hopefully that will give me a different tie to a different Pokemon, maybe also make me appreciate certain Pokemon better when I get them. Hopefully you guys are really excited about this game. I know I am. If you at least got interested in it somewhat, or you're just here to see what the hell I had to say on it, hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you're interested in learning more, I check around YouTube. There's a lot of things. Make sure you look for people who are talking like from pages in Niantic and not these assumptions that some people have been making. But with another thing I guess, before I wrap up the video, with Gen 7 coming out, which is Pokemon Sun and Moon, I hope that they incorporate all the other Pokemon instead of the original 150 that we only get through the beta test right now. But I could see them being patches or DLCs. Well, maybe not DLCs, but like patches for the game after they figure out how things work. But if it's only the first 150 Pokemon, it will be a little difficult. So I wouldn't be surprised if they release all of them on the same day. They haven't gave us an official release date yet, so I'll keep posted and hopefully make maybe another video like where the week before. Definitely when the game comes out, I will be doing videos every week about it, about where I've been, what Pokemon I've caught, and maybe what Pokemon I've evolved. So you'll see my team of 6 pretty much evolve, no pun intended, through the weeks. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that game as much as I will. Now hopefully I'll see you out there, and until next time, this has been Johnny D on the screen. Later.